Piper with the Tuesday video, and it's Tuesday the 23rd of April. Starting with Bitcoin this morning. Nice clear pattern still, developing as expected. So we've got the 1 we've seen, the 2 we've seen. We've now got the 1, 2, and a complete 5-wave 3 move into there. The peak could in fact still be ahead of us, but it looks like we have got 5 anyway in a very small scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I wouldn't expect much more upside from there. So it took 2 weeks to complete the, well, in fact a little bit over 2.5 weeks to complete waves 3, 4 and 5. We've now got another 4 and 5 due, so 4 and then 5 again. Support is around here, around just below 5,000 for the 4th wave. And that will then complete the entire move from this wave 2. That takes us up to a wave 3. And then yet another 4 and 5 to go to waves 4 and 5. So it's all going to be a bit sluggish with an upward trend, probably for another month or so. I wouldn't expect too much to happen. I mean, we should see 6,000 certainly within this process. And once that's out of the way, so we assume it takes about 2 months, so that would be around 6 months from the December low, or thereabouts. So having seen all that, we then look for a correction of that 6-month move, which might take us into August, I guess. These are very rough projections, with a solid rally into the year end. But I'm not expecting too much to happen for Bitcoin. I mean, the altcoins have been doing a variety of things. Some have been a lot stronger, some haven't been. But I'm not expecting Bitcoin to do too much acceleration over the next few months. For that, we may need to wait for the end of the year. I'm hoping again, I'm wrong, hoping it'll shoot up, but the chart pattern right now looking fairly clear. And we could see a stronger 5th wave, or we could even see this could be one of 3. I suppose this could be a 1 wave, and then a 2, and then a real thrust up. There are various alternatives, but right now, I think the 1, 2 to this new peak, say 6,250 thereabouts, followed by a wave 4, and then a wave 5 up again, probably a similar size to this. So that's the basic prognosis for Bitcoin. All right, gold, we have the complete 5 up to here. I'm treating it as a big wave 1. So just for sake of comparison, Bitcoin is now here in the sequence. So we've got the 4, 5, 4, 5 to finish it off. With that 4, 5, and then this 4, 5. So that's a similarity. Then got the A, which again is what I'm getting Bitcoin to do in its turn. A B, and now an ABC C wave. Again, the low could be in, but it's not terribly clear. I think 1250, 1260 is where it's probably going to head at the moment. I did think we may have seen the low with a fairly good rally last few days, but we're now retesting the low. So of course we could see a bounce, but I'd say there's the jury is still out on gold. But as I'm saying, as I've been saying for a while now, there around 1250, 1260, I think is the key area, key support area for this fall. Right, no change on the Dow. So we've got some 5-wave pattern developing with 1, 2, possibly 3 to there, 4, 5. I think, well, ideally we'll see new highs, which could be the final new highs for some years, but that's the current state of affairs. If that happens on the Dow, then it could easily happen on the DAX, maybe a bit of a sell-off perhaps at the moment, and then one more rally perhaps. But I think there's no chance that we're going to see new highs on the DAX, although the market does as it wishes, of course, but I think that's highly unlikely unless something dramatic changes. All right, the UK is interesting at the moment because of this formation of the Brexit Party, which seems to be to me one of the few illustrations of sort of true democracy that I've ever seen in my lifetime, perhaps. In the sense that the political parties have let down the people who voted for Brexit, and they've now got their comeuppance with this new party, which could sweep the boards and usher in a new era, perhaps. I'm not sure it'll be that different from the old era, perhaps, but it certainly does create an opportunity. The situation in the US is quite peculiar too, really, in the sense you have this sort of the vested interests, which say maybe 5% of the votes. I have no idea what it might be, but let's say it's 5%. The rest is split almost down the middle into left and right, and Republican, Democrats. And because of that and the way things are done these days, I mean, the whole thing has become a scientific exercise in marketing. in that the product is carefully chosen and tailored to become very saleable. And they're using sophisticated marketing techniques to elicit an emotional response, which is partly why this whole thing gets so emotional, I think, because that's the way they want it. The people in the middle who are orchestrating all this want to retain their control, and because they've got that 5%, they've always got the casting vote. I mean, okay, things don't quite work with that perfectness. And I think to an extent the UK has had a similar system with larger swings perhaps, or not quite so perfectly balanced as the US system. Well, when I say perfectly balanced, I mean at any time it could upset, I think. But I think the whole Brexit thing is quite fascinating. And FTSE continues to go higher, but it really is, compared to its position at the highs back in 1999, almost 20 years ago now, it has performed incredibly badly. And as I said before, I think the chances of FTSE making new highs are higher than DAX probably, but not much so unless something pretty dramatic occurs, which seems unlikely. As far as the bear market is concerned, I did do a bear market video a while back. I think one of the key points here is that what hasn't happened in my lifetime is at least a major currency collapse. We've had lots of minor currency collapses. I mean, Venezuela, Zimbabwe, etc., Turkey, but certainly we haven't had the sort of major currency collapse that could be truly devastating. Now, it's very hard to predict that kind of thing. I mean, it's obviously everybody will try and prevent that, I think, because it would mean a huge change in the way things work, which I think would really suit. I can't think anybody apart from a few speculators maybe who would actually benefit from such a major disruption. So I don't know. It seems to be inevitable, but the timing of it, I think, is extremely difficult. Anyway, I think gold and cryptos will benefit from all this. And that's partly why I think we're going to see these major trends. Anyway, that's all today. I found it useful back report on Thursday morning. Have a great day. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.